All right, guys, we're back with another value, standards, and performance video. So this one comes from yours truly and Dr. Henry Cloud, written on September 29th, 2020. Do everything in the context of your values and your community of people who are committed to guarding your heart. If you do not have such a community, find one and join it. All right, guys, so let me show you guys that so you can see the visual. So what we're talking about here is your behavior. Your values should be guarded by your behavior. So many times people in life are pulled back and forth, left and right, up and down, forward and back by the influences of people who don't have their best interests at heart, who are not committed to guarding their heart, the world at large. What you want to do is keep your behavior consistent with the values of your community. What that means is, I'm trying to give you a good example of this is, let's say you've done a favor for somebody and now you need them to do a favor for you. Well, guarding your values would say that they would do that favor because you're in a community and that's how favor is given. It's a back and forth across the board. Whereas someone who is not in your community, you would do a favor for them and they wouldn't do a favor for you. So that lets you know, one, that person's not in your community, and then two, it also lets you know that you may be doing things in the context of your values, but the other people don't hold the same values as you. So you want to find that community of people who are committed to guarding your heart. If you don't have a community, you have to find one and join it. And what that may be one person, two persons. It could be three people who are on the same page as you. Because as you go through life, you're going to have resistance. As you champion these values and as you shepherd yourself through life, you need to make sure you're conducting yourself in such a way that you are protecting yourself and your values are also protected by the people around you in your community. So that way you can overcome the resistance. You can move past the resistance because the people who are in your community are supporting you. For instance, like if you have to, I don't know, maybe somebody needs you to drive out of state with them, and you're trying to determine whether you should or shouldn't do that. Well, if they're in your community, you should. If they've driven out of state with you for something, then you should. If they're not in your community, that's something you shouldn't do. So that's something you know that, hey, if I do this, this person's out of my community, I don't need to expect them to do the same for me because we don't have the same values. So once you understand that everything you should be doing should be in the context of your values, then that allows you to free yourself from the judgment of other people. Because instead of accepting the judgment of another person, you really look at the value that you have inside of yourself and say, did my action align with my values? Not with the judgment of another person. And that way you can base your actions on something more concrete than just another person's emotional judgment of a situation. And that way you're able to continue having that good conduct and exercising on that good conduct, whatever it is that you happen to be doing. So that pretty much sums it up. I wanted to make that as clear, as simple as possible. So you guys, that's the end of it for this one. Do everything in the context of your values and your community of people who are committed to guarding your heart. If you do not have such a community, find one and join it. All right, make sure to share this with 3 of your family members. Tell those family members to share with 3 of their family members. Y'all get my likes up. Drop a comment in the comment section dealing with a current conversation. Make sure y'all get my subscribers up. We're going to 300 million. So I'll see y'all there, and I'll see you on the next one.